Oh, I got to time that better. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Original Next Level Gaming Podcast.
Howdy.
Welcome in on this great Sunday night. I gotta time flipping over to the feed a little bit faster. So you don't get that whatever that was at the end. So hey, but you know what? It wouldn't be our podcast if there wasn't something. So
True.
What's up, panel?
True. Hey.
And look, I know
What's up?
I know I'm jinxing it, but look, my camera's working again. I don't know what's going on here.
Shouldn't be talking about it.
I know.
Messed up.
I know. So, and look who's with us tonight, boys. He couldn't stay away that long. What's up, Frankie?
Not a whole lot.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. I miss you guys.
I know, we miss you too.
I have
Welcome
to watch every week. At least I have something on Monday that I haven't listened to yet, though. So, when you're actually here.
This is true. You
don't want to listen to yourself?
We did
been
miss
tough.
the last. It has been. We've missed the last couple weeks, but for good reasons. I'm gonna spread this out a little bit since we have a little room. Look at that. In-flight modifications. So, but we are all healthy. I said to a bunch of people who said, "Are you podcasting this week?" I said, "Unless somebody loses a limb, we're going on the air." So
Unless someone loses a limb, maybe.
well, maybe. I mean, if they come hobbling in to the, hey guys, how you doing? I'm only missing my arm. It's fine.
Yeah.
I got another one.
Just waving it in the hand.
Right. How's it going? So, but so glad everybody could join us, and welcome to the chat room. And hey, look, there's all kinds of people already in there, including our friend Worrywart. What's going on,
there, Worry.
boys? So. Now, I don't know if he's working or not, because I keep asking him if he wants to join us, and he goes, I'm working. But, so we won't tell if he's actually working this week.
He's working on Assassin's Creed Origin.
Aha. Yeah, he's loving that game.
Good pick.
Very good pick. What a week.
I can't wait to start though.
Yeah, what a week for gaming, guys. What a friggin' week.
My goodness.
I mean, Assassin's Creed Origins, Wolfenstein 2, or as Gene Wilder says, Wolfenstein, and Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, and we're a meager. What are we now? Just over a week away from the Xbox One X. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Anyway.
Depending on if you get right.
Nah.
So, not everybody, but
Yeah.
some people. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff that's going on this week. This is a good time to be on. And tomorrow morning is Sony's Paris Game Show presentation. And I'm actually on vacation this week, so I'm going to watch it and see what it's all about. And then we'll have something to talk about next Friday. So,
nice.
Yeah,
Sounds like
very
fun.
good. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody good?
Good. Great.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, I recovered.
Yeah,
Still not 100%, but
you look fine.
I'm
You
looking
look good.
looking good enough.
You always look good. You always look good, ACK. You're the best
Thanks,
looking one
man.
of the group.
We had Grandma's funeral since we last spoke, and that was all
Yeah.
family thing and interesting. And I don't know if I should talk about the late breaking event on that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do that another time.
That is up
You know
to
what I
you.
mean,
I
right?
mean, we are
'cause
here.
that's-
We are here for you, man. You kind of
Well,
told us some things privately, and
Yeah, but we'll maybe I'll let that play out a little further before I speak on it. But and then I hit a deer with my beloved Mustang. Just slaughtered that deer. $4,500 worth of damage to the car and
good
counting.
Lord.
It's gonna be expensive meat.
I don't know if we're getting it back, so it might be the end of an era for Juan and the Mustang. So we'll have to see what happens there. I've been rocking a rental, which is not as pleasing. But aside from that, it's all good. I've been getting a lot of gaming in. Forza, Mario, more Forza, Forza, retro stuff, and and got an announcement about some Forza tonight too. So we'll get to that later.
Yep, we will definitely get to that. And Frankie, what have you been up to, man?
A lot of work. holiday time's coming, so everyone's been ramping up, shipping out all their junk for Christmas time. So it's been really fun. But outside of that, I've actually played a lot of games over the past month since I last talked to you guys. So I don't know if we have time. There's 2 of them in particular I want to talk about at some point.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, just a lot of work and trying to stop. Like, I'm in this position. I've avoided this all year. I've been really, really good this year about buying games, playing them, and then moving on. Right now, I have Shadow of War, Battle Chasers Night War, Assassin's Creed Origins, The Mummy Demastered, and I did just finish Slayaway Camp.
Yay, Way Forward. Just want to get that in there.
It's so good. That game is really freaking cool. I love it.
Heard good things, and I love them. They're great.
Yeah, they make awesome games. I actually, one of the things I do want to mention really quick about The Mummy.
Yeah, I heard. Please do, because I've heard about this.
Yeah, so I Ben actually did a stream of that game on our YouTube channel for the Indie Spotlight this past week. I streamed Slowly Camp, but I also picked up The Mummy because Way Forward.
There's another one I need to get.
Yeah, so I picked it up on the Switch. So it's actually the first game I've played with the Joy-Cons attached, like an actual handheld thing. I have yet to do that, so that was the first game I did it with. It's really jarring with the vibrations on that, so I ended up I set it down and did the Joy-Cons and had it in tabletop mode, but... So it's basically like a side-scrolling shooter, has some Metroidvania elements to it, so you're collecting different power-ups, like grenades so you can blow up doors, you get new weapons, all kinds of stuff like that, and obviously diving deeper down into this kind of like cave sewer-ish system. So I'm only about an hour in. I just finished, as far as Ben streamed, so he did the first boss fight, so that's about where I'm at, so you got the ability so you can kind of like crawl along the ceiling. But I ended up dying in one of the areas that I had gotten to. So if you die in this game, you go back, you respawn at like your last save spot. You're a different agent, and you have to go and find your old self. And your old self becomes like a zombie or like a mummy. I assume it's supposed to be a mummy. So you have to go back and kill yourself to get all of your upgrades back. Like you lose them all when you die, and you have to go and kill yourself to get them back.
Cool.
So that was really freaking cool that happened, because when I respawned in the room, I was like, I didn't have any of my upgrades. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, my God. So I just assumed you're like, I just gotta go pick them up. But no, like your dude's down there wherever you died, like waiting to kill you. So that game is really cool. It's $20 on everything. I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And you have that up on ShorePaws or on yours?
Yes, it's on our ShorePaws channel.
Okay.
Ben streamed that, so you can head over to our channel, ShorePaws Gaming. He streamed about the first hour of it, so go check it out.
So you're in the alpha, right?
Awesome. I am not.
So you need to get in the alpha, then you could gift it to me.
I tried. I think did they re-enable signups yet?
I don't know.
Not that I'm gonna get like higher up in the rings or anything, but
I gifted someone, but it was so funny because I effed it up. I wanted to do a test, and I was looking for something cheap and cool, right? And I was like, "Oh yeah, Oxenfree is cool. That's only $5."
And what happened?
Well, it's a great game, and I think it's a great game to give somebody. Everybody should play that game. But I did forget that it was like it was gold a month ago or something like that. Yeah. So
right,
had it. But the gifting works.
All right.
So what happened on that end? Did they refuse it and you got your refund, or did they re-gift it?
I don't know, honestly. I have to look into that.
And what will happen?
I know you can't refund it. I went to the website just to see if you could do the quick, Yeah. I should look again because I did it on the same day, so that might have been too soon. But you can't refund it. You kind of messed up to gift it to them, and then you yoink.
So
at least if their gold expires, they'll get to keep
that's right.
Oxenfree.
They'll get to keep it.
Yep.
So.
That's a great game, and everybody should play it. I thought, yay! And then I was like, and he's like, oh, this is cool, dude. But it's Game of Gold. I'm like, I forgot.
Wah wah wah. And you know what
you can do this. Yeah, you can do that story if you're on a submarine and your gold expires. At least you can still play it.
Exactly.
Except when it's offline, you can't.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, but like I was saying though, I have like Wolfenstein and Mario sitting too. So I have all these games I'm in the middle of right now. It's driving me crazy because I'm not near done with any of them. I'm losing my mind. I don't know how I got to.
Then you go to sit down and play one, you're like, I've been there.
It's hard to figure out which one to play because I sit down and I'm like, I read Shadow of War, yeah, but Wolfenstein, it's terrible.
I'm not playing Wolfenstein yet. I'm holding
Probably
off.
smart.
I'm holding off.
Yeah, me too.
Shiny graphics.
My willpower is... Well, I'm actually more interested in shiny frame rate. I don't know if you guys saw the video on it, but there's some severe frame rate issues apparently with the Xbox One base version. So I'm holding off till the X. And I want to get into this a little later after we make our rounds when we start talking about the Xbox One X release debacle and whatnot. But there's people are making the wrong distinction between resolution and graphics. I think again, as we do all the time. But later on, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, Peter, what you been up to?
Well, I was sick the first part of the week, so I didn't play anything. I was like, didn't feel like playing anything. So yeah, yeah. And but I've been playing since Friday. A lot of was it Friday? Whenever Mario came out, Thursday, whatever. But playing a ton of Super Mario Odyssey. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna get
fantastic.
To that. Yeah, don't spill too
much.
I'm
not gonna spill too much, but yeah.
No.
It's awesome.
And don't worry, Nintendo. We are not going to show any video tonight because we know how bent out of shape you get if anybody.
We don't do free advertising.
Yes, we don't do free advertising.
No. Contact us at NLG Gaming if you want us to.
Right. Yeah. To be part of the partner program. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I've been playing. A little bit of Forza because. It's so good.
It is.
It's really good. And let's see what else.
And they brought back the VIP bonus.
Oh yeah, they did. That's nice. What we've been playing again? When was it? Last night, Nate?
You beat
Stealing
the
with
Prestige.
Thunder.
This is your.
You beat the Prestige.
We did. We played some Destiny 2. Did the Prestige. On Nightfall on Prestige. So we did that. Got the Chivo. All set.
Nice.
So it was awesome. Good stuff.
Awesome. And speaking of Nate?
I've been pretty good. I played this unknown game called Destiny. But I've been catching up on the crew too.
Is that an indie?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was the pick of Destiny, actually. But,
I love Tenacious D.
It's been
good
there you go. You caught on. I was sitting there like it just got
Destiny.
really quiet. No one knows what the heck I'm talking about. But
It's a good movie.
You may be the
it was.
So, and
Had
what
to
was
push that button?
Yeah. So you also, what was your movie pick of the week?
My movie pick of the week?
Yeah. What'd you?
I cried when I saw "Thank You for Your Service."
Nice.
I
Not
mean,
nice that you cried, but
yeah, I know what you mean. It's just hard.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, but it's hard, especially when you have people who go overseas and all that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. For me, I've been doing Cuphead. I'm just going. This is how I am shielding my willpower until the X arrives, is by Cuphead and backlog. So
that'll do it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the Xbox Backwared Compatibility as well. We I played so far ran through some of that and Cuphead. That's been my focus.
Pretty sure you're ahead of me in that now.
I am 49%.
Yeah, I don't know what my percentage is, but
yeah.
I haven't beaten anything on the second island yet. So I think when you beat Beppy, you got ahead of me.
Oh yeah. So I had beaten Beppy. I beat I got the Mausoleum. There was one other flying level with the genie. What the hell is his name? Whoever the genie was.
His name is 4 letters you can't say on TV. That was one that I tried.
Yeah.
What,
You say that
SHIT?
an awful lot when you're playing against him. And then the bird.
Right.
The
Larry Bird?
whatever the bird is. So,
you joke, but the Piston fans, Larry Bird, Game 3 back in the day.
See, he knew what I was talking about.
See,
too,
yeah.
so.
You're forgetting that Detroit thing going on.
Well, I saw him when I went to the Pacers game.
Oh, yeah. He's still around. I mean, he's, you know.
Yeah, he owns
Right.
the
Celtics, he's
Celtics,
not
right?
dead yet. So
He owns some basketball team. I don't know.
yeah. So all right. Well, of course, in the chat room, I know that we had a couple people in there that were playing Assassin's Creed and talking very heavily about it. It's another game that the more I see it on my friends talking about it on Twitter, the more my willpower is giving out on me. But I have to wait. I gotta wait.
Yeah, I would say to wait on that one.
Yeah.
Of the other games that came out on Friday, that's the one that I had started because I streamed that one, and I don't know about it, honestly. I love Assassin's Creed, but there's a lot about this one that they changed, and some of it, like especially the combat,
Really?
The combat in that game is really jarring.
Huh? Because the things that I have read have been that it's gone back to its roots.
Maybe in some ways, maybe level mission design stuff, but the combat it has like a more Souls control scheme to it now, so you're using the bumper and the trigger for your combat attacks instead of square.
Okay.
A square, what is that? I'm not Xbox controller X. So, yeah, it just doesn't. It feels really weird because if you get into a one-on-one fight, the camera kind of pans in, kind of like a For Honor style. But it's so awkward because you dodge with a different button than you would think to dodge with, and just the way that the animations are, it feels really weird. I don't know why.
Sounds like an Elite controller would help you there.
Maybe, but
or just redoing the buttons.
I don't know. I didn't even look to see if you could. You probably can.
You probably yeah.
Well, you can on system level anyway.
Yeah, right. But I mean, in game, you've got to be able to. I'm sure they've got a legacy control scheme.
I would hope they do, but I also doubt it because they kind of it does play like a Souls. So the bumper's you're kind of light hit, and then the trigger's like a heavier. It's like enemies are blocking, and you can knock them off balance and attack them.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the combat is the big thing that I'm really having a hard time getting past. If the game looks gorgeous, it kind of has an auto run to it now, so you don't have to hold two buttons to run and accidentally start climbing stuff anymore. It just keeps running now, which is nice. Game looks great. You get a lot of experience for doing pretty much everything. Has some more RPG elements to it. It's you can weapon drops all the time, so you're having you can manage your gear a lot more often than you probably would have otherwise. But
you can upgrade your weapons, right? I mean, upgrade your particular weapon.
Yeah. So it's also weird because there's a crafting system, but I don't think you can craft arrows unless there's an upgrade later on for it to let you do it. But you can't craft arrow ammo, which is weird. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of adjusting coming off of Syndicate, which I honestly think Syndicate's probably my favorite Assassin's Creed game. It's up there with 2. It's kind of hard to pick, but Syndicate was amazing, and kind of coming to this one, it's a rough jump.
I hated 3. I hated 3.
Yeah, 3 is boring.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
3 got boring pretty quick.
I never finished it.
And then I know a lot of people disagreed with me on this, but I started Black Flag and then kind of just dropped it. I just didn't feel Black Flag.
Ooh, Black Flag. That was
I know, a lot of
favorites.
people liked it. I nenever played Origins. I played a little bit of Brotherhood, but I never played not Origins. I never played no, not Syndicate.
Unity?
Unity. Thank you. Never played Unity. Although the premise of Unity was one that I really liked, but I just ended up skipping it. So, Origins is one that I'm actually really looking forward to, and if I'm, like I said, I'm reading. Just gonna move my camera down a little bit. I'm reading, Worry Wart and Super Cooper and even Jeff's playing it right now while he's listening to us, which is. Man, he's our fans, man. I can't say enough.
You just put up that there's an alternative control scheme that puts light attack to X and heavy attack to Y.
Or in your case, square and triangle.
Square and yeah.
So, but yeah, man. So, that's one again. I'm just I gotta wait on it, and so it's not for lack of, I don't have a 4K TV, so it's not about that, but it's. I just feel like a couple of people like Anchorman and a couple of people said play it now. Then when the X comes in, just switch over to that and you can see the difference. And I'm not quite like that. I wanna start it. If I'm getting a new console, I want to start it on that console. You know, it's like I was telling somebody today that if we were talking about the console coming out a month from now, like if we're talking about the December launch, then okay, I would make that exception. But we're not.
Yeah, we're so close.
We're so close.
Yeah.
We're just so
we
close. Well, you're right. So
just gonna keep.
Well, I mean, if mine's late to the Microsoft Store, then we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
You guys haven't heard anything? I heard they're updating Amazon people tomorrow.
Well, I called them last night, and I was like, what is the deal with this? Because I'm hearing people getting dates, and I'm hearing people getting delays, and I haven't gotten either, which makes me wonder. And they're like, some nonsense about, their allotment coming to them or whatever, they'll contact me. I'm like, wait, does that mean that you don't have one for me right now, and you have my $500? Because the idea was that you had one at the time I gave you my $500
right?
Yeah.
to give to me. And they're like, well, we're gonna waive your, same day shipping cost. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get off the phone. Give me the, give me the $11, whatever. And it'll shake out how it shakes out. But because I wasn't going to make any headway with that person on the phone, so
No.
I know this but
Yeah. I wonder.
Yeah, I also heard that there was they got Wave 1 and Wave 2 all mixed together instead of having Wave 2. Maybe those till Wave 1 was allocated, and
who
knows.
What can you do at this point?
Well, that's the problem.
It's a good thing I have two ordered, one on Amazon and one Best Buy. So.
At least Amazon didn't, say something like Mike did, got ripped off by GameStop. Oh, by the way, if you want it launch day.
That's so yeah. So that got me because I didn't even think about that until the email came in, and I didn't think about it until I forgot how it came up. But then I looked at the email again, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? So, there was no indication that I would not get it at launch when I ordered it. And there was no indication of, please, pay us extra if you don't want to, run out to the store and get it. And as bad as I want to feel about it, then I started reading other people on Amazon that actually ordered day one for a Project Scorpio edition and might not get it until December.
Mine has no date at all.
Yep.
I couldn't
hear anything at all.
Could be January. Who knows?
I couldn't. Yeah. So, I'm still a little, upset, but I'm not drop dead angry anymore after seeing some of this. So
yeah, it's depressing. It's weird too at the same time.
Well, my issue is I'm going out of town on the 8th. So the day that I'm supposed to get it, I'm hopping a flight to Orlando. And I won't be back till Saturday. And then I might get some time with it Saturday. Sunday.
Well, you could take advantage of that new program where they put it in the house for you.
Yeah. The Amazon key.
Nope. Hard pass.
Yeah. Negative, Ghost Rider. Negative.
Anyone else seen Book of Mormon?
No, but I want to.
It's really funny, and you should. And I'll spare everyone the reference that I thought of when you said Orlando.
No. Okay.
When you see it, you'll get it. But
all right. But so I'll get back Saturday. I'll have a little bit of time to play Saturday, and then Sunday I have a band gig, and then we're gonna podcast. So I mean, when am I actually gonna get to play this?
Unless you have the X flu.
Yeah. Maybe you're unboxing on the air during a podcast.
Take it. That's right. I could take it. This is the hotel unboxing.
Hotel unboxing.
So when Frankie, you did not pre-order one, right?
Right.
Okay, so you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
When are you supposed to get yours, Nate?
Mine's supposed to be there. They're having a party from 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. at the Microsoft store.
Oh, in Cincy?
Yeah, and I think all the stores are doing it. All the Microsoft stores. They're having like a Forza contest to win like gift cards and stuff. I was like, man, too bad CrazyJuan's not here.
You drive across state.
It's worth it. You got a $5 gift card, man.
No, that's true. How far away from you are you from Cincy? You're like...
I'm on the west side of the state, basically.
Yeah, so...
I'm actually in Michigan, so up.
Yeah, right. I'm just trying to think where... So
you can pick me up on your way down to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you are. But so hopefully you don't get there and you're like, well, we only have 5.
Yeah, it's been canceled. Sorry.
Right. We have 5.
They said I was the very first one to do it at that store, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So you don't get yours, we riot.
Yeah.
Right. To the streets.
To the streets.
Yeah. Holding up signs. I'll live stream. I'll get people to live me.
Because a while we know you don't have a date yet on yours, right? Either. So you and Peter are dateless.
Not very happy about it.
No. Yes, we know.
Well, my Best Buy still says the 7th or whatever release date is. So
see, Best Buy. So
I don't know.
I mean,
Mike still says the 7th too, but doesn't mean he's gonna get it.
No, true.
Well, it's been driving me insane because not only was I waiting to hit an email on that, but I got a call after work. But all day, for days, I've been waiting for an email from Progressive about the car too. So I'm just checking my email every 5 minutes. Like it's not going to give me a notification, like I got some kind of tick or something, and just nothing from either one of them. But I should know more tomorrow about the car anyway.
Yeah, the car is kind of more important.
It is, but it doesn't make it less annoying.
True.
True.
He probably wouldn't be looking at it.
Shit, there's my deductible right there in my Xbox.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
That Amazon has, and I don't have an Xbox, so.
Right.
How did they get your money already?
Oh, well, it's tight. I had a lot of other expenses going too, so what I had been doing was instead of having it come out, at the time when the pre-order hits, whatever, I've been purchasing like $50 gift cards each week.
On
the account, put it on the order, so I'm paid up. I'm good to go. In fact, I got a $10 credit by the time they take the shipping back off. But they have my money, and I don't have a date, and it's pretty obnoxious.
I think that's what I ended up doing for my Switch, just because when I pre-ordered it, like it was like busy time and I had money, and I was like, I'll just pay it off now. That way, when it actually comes out and I'm broke, I don't got to worry about it. So.
Yep. So I'm good. If they actually get the thing to me, I'm square, and and I was able to defer the cost of it over months from the pre-order date when it went live. So it's just going to be a matter of whether or not they put it in my butt or bring it to me.
I hope they don't put it in your butt.
I mean,
like a Joy-Con.
Right.
Yeah. Jeez.
So,
although I guess it's considerably weightier than a Joy-Con. It's got some beef to it.
I'm pretty sure you'd be walking funny.
Not walking.
Not walking.
HD Rumble probably doesn't feel as good on
Next though. So the other thing that bothers me, and I'm hoping that it's just they'll do it when they charge me, is I did the same thing. I had the money from the trade-in thing that I put in, and then I had 2 gift cards. I have a 3rd gift card that I can't go in and put on it. I guess you can only do so much at checkout. But I have no indication that they actually either put a hold on those cards or are going to use them, which is going to suck. Because the only reason I'm getting the damn thing is because I had $150 in trading credit and some gift cards to bring the price down to something reasonable. Because, I said if the console costed X, I would get it. Get it, X. If the console costed a certain amount, I would get it. And between that insane trade-in deal and some gift cards that I was just holding on to, the end result was getting the console to a price that I didn't have to pay for. And so when I checked out, I definitely put those cards against it. And I have no indication that they're actually going to charge the cards, which is going to be a really bad situation.
SMH.
Yeah.
Did you have a balance on it that you still had to pay?
No, it says.
Oh. Well, I mean, you should be fine then.
I mean, but it's still, like, if I go and look at the order online, it still shows the full price.
Yeah. They don't deduct any. It just shows like what you're being charged total. I think if you go in like the invoice or whatever, it'll break down what's being paid, but they don't actually deduct like Amazon does.
Okay.
Mine just says paid in full.
No,
You did it in store though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that
in
one's
store,
different. Like,
I would imagine. I could. Yeah, that's a little different. I got that, but
I mean, it shows it on the website too. Like, I ordered Far Cry on the website, and it just says paid in full.
I'm just hoping.
It might be because you already got it. Did you wait? Far Cry 5 or another Far Cry?
Far Cry 5, yeah, pre-order.
Yeah, I don't know then. That's weird.
As long as they take off the cards, that's all I care about. They take that stuff off, I'm good.
Yeah, you should be fine.
You should be fine.
I hope so. So, speaking of, I wanted to bring this up because when everybody else is talking about it, for one, and I do think we spend a little time going, well, we shouldn't talk about this, we shouldn't talk about that, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of doing that because I think we can do it better. We don't, I think the idea that we have varying views and stuff on subjects, I think we don't take advantage of that enough. So this kind of there's a side story to the Xbox One that I know has touched you off a little bit, Juan, and I want you to have the opportunity to discuss it without having to
140 character limit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, basically, some people have had things to say about it. I don't have exactly the same stance as everybody, obviously,
sure.
But they sent out a good bunch of pretty swanky, pretty gracious or generous review kits for the Xbox with lots of games included. And they weren't Scorpio or anything, but, it's a pretty sweet deal. And there's only a couple. People react when I say things a lot, but there were a couple of decisions they made with those.
Yeah,
They did. There were a couple of decisions that I had to, it was a noodle scratcher for me. I don't understand it. And I get, influencer marketing, as much as I despise it and loathe it as the worst thing basically that exists right now. I get how effective it is and why it makes business sense to do it. And a lot of the people who have gotten them, like Green Skull, Halo player, streamer, community member, positive guy, sweet, right? Good with that. Some of the media people, cool. Most of them don't have any problem with it. Justine, I don't know what she does. I don't know what her thing is, but whatever. She's got followers. They want to have her do it. That's fine. I don't know if anybody saw Chloe Dykstra's tweet on it today. Everybody catch that?
No, I did not. And by the way, Justine she's got 775 million views on her videos. So
right.
was she at EA's E3 thing, like commentating something?
Was that her?
That's iJustine, yeah.
She doesn't seem very interested in video games.
Yeah, she's. Look, I don't mean anybody any ill will with this, so I don't mean to bring the wrath of any iJustine fans. But when I see her, what I see is, hey guys, Apple invited us to go to their place and look at this cool stuff. Look at how cool Apple is and the cool stuff that they're having me look at and get today. Isn't Apple cool? Everybody should buy Apple. That's what I got of it. And she's moderately attractive, which goes a long way in these types of things. Obviously not in all cases because you have Boogie, but that's.
I feel like iJustine should be like a Disney. Should be on Disney.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
But I do believe she was in one of the Sharknadoes. But
for not Disney, I'll tell you what, Chloe Dykstra hit it out of the park today with the tweet, and she's in like a Teddy or something, and she's like, "Ooh, can't wait to fire up this sexy Xbox and see if it lives up to its sexy name." And she's got a glass of wine and everything. And it was really well done. And,
now I have to look at it.
Yeah, I retweeted it, so it's worth a look. But it was pretty funny. But a couple cases stand out in my mind, right? Things that just made me kind of scratch my head. I mean, Boogie is one. I don't hate Boogie. Boogie is out to feed Boogie. It's all good. Recently, I was kind of disappointed with him because he was pretty much didn't give an F about being accurate about Forza at all, which is a near and dear franchise to my heart. I think a lot of people put a lot of work in the game, and they deserve better than to have bad information spread, and that's just not as profitable for him, so he doesn't care. Okay. And I get that he has 3 million followers, but this is the guy who's burned MS on the past with them giving him stuff, him laughing about it, setting it on fire, and all of his fans, yay, so why? Why again? Why? Just leave him out of it. I mean, he's tweeted about, well, I guess MS isn't sick of my yet or whatever. But why?
Yeah, but
all kinds of people out there like me.
Mikey Barra actually responded to him and even said, "Yeah, but I like your Francis character better." So I mean,
I don't know. It's just it rubs me the wrong way. Then you got Jeff Keighley, right? He's influenced. He's a media guy. I don't think he's really. There's no. I'm not saying that there's any conspiracy or is anybody working against Xbox, maliciously or anything like that. But here's a guy who's a Sony guy. I mean, he just kind of is, and it's okay to be a Sony guy. But I don't understand why Xbox would reward him for things like when the ARC devs are on and they're talking about the Xbox One, and you've got this guy trying to steer the narrative, trying to steer the conversation because he's like, "Oh, it's the same on PS4. Is that it's the same?" And he's just trying to get him to say that there's no difference between the PS4 and the X. And why, Jeff? Why? That's not what a journalist really is supposed to do. So that bothers me. And why should that behavior be rewarded? Just like the guy from The Verge wrote, $500 is the price I walk away from Xbox on. Cool, walk away. The rest of us, people will see how it is. We don't need that guy. We don't need to convince that guy. It'd be nice if he was the voice and came back. I get it. I get why. You toughest critics, all that. No, I mean, I feel like, I can't help but feel like I would have had a better chance of, and I don't deserve one. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I need one. I don't think any Xbox podcast needs one except for maybe Rand. Rand
did not get one.
Right, and I thought Rand would be a perfect fit for it. Because who doesn't respect Rand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, but instead, I just came away feeling like, and I know I'm not the only one, that I'm buying the box and I'm getting kind of the box, and I'm getting Scorpio, whatever, but I'm not getting the sweet pile of games with it. I'm not getting all that, and I've been with it. I'm day one, right? But the guy who talks trash about it, I feel like I would have done better had I started a blog and just crapped on Xbox since 2013. If I would have been the loudest dude crapping on it and the toughest critic, maybe they would have given me one. And I made a joke about it earlier today, because someone ran afoul of Revolver Ocelot or one of his socks, like X-Rat or whatever, on Discus. And I was like, wait, have we seen his unboxing yet? How did MS miss getting him a... Yeah. They missed giving him a review kit somehow. But that's how I feel about it. I get why it happens. Some of the choices disappointed me. But like I said, it's not that big of a thing. I don't feel personally slighted. I don't feel like that there's any one person who deserves it more than people who got it or anything like that. I just think that some of their choices show a little more forgiveness than I would personally. But whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to screenshot that whole thing and send it out.
Sweet.
Look.
It's my every day.
Yeah. So and I want other people's thoughts on this. The other thing that so as someone who, admittedly, part of the other piece of this with the Xbox One X, which I realized as I was talking to my wife, she said something to me, and I didn't even think about it until she did, because she gave me permission once I saw what it was doing for us as 1080p gamers that don't care about resolution and stuff like that. And real quick, Project Jeff is saying something, and here's the thing. He says, I have no problem with giving access to media and YouTubers, to be honest. No reason for anyone to get upset over it, even if I don't like that someone at all. That's all I have to say about this. That's really how the conversation should be. And this is kind of why I wanted to bring this up. It wasn't even just as much to talk about this, but here's what happens. And here's why we're different. And here's why over the past couple of weeks, as I've been, continuing to hate social media, I just wanted I want people to understand something. Not everybody on the internet has the same opinion. Sometimes you have an opinion that you don't agree with. And I'm going to give my opinion about this, and it's not the same as Juan's. But the idea of being able to say, yeah, well, hey, I disagree with that, but that you feel how you feel. And you talk about it, you can have a nice civil conversation about it, and then you go about your day and everything is cool. And that just isn't what happens these days. So somebody has an opinion that someone else doesn't like, so they have to go and they have to make 17 videos about it. They have to call them out on the internet, and then they have to just act like it was like it personally offended them. And I don't get it. That's not how we as adults are supposed to act. And so, Jeff, I think, hit it right. He disagrees, and that's it. There's no, you're an asshole, Juan. You're the worst person on the world because you think this way. That's all there is to it. Is we just have our opinions.
Right. And I'll tell you, the thing that got to me about it real quick was, I constantly take crap from some people because I don't criticize Xbox enough or whatever. And here I am going, I don't understand some of these decisions. I question them. Oh my God, you're a terrible fanboy and blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Well, I see I cannot win. Gotcha.
Oh, I'm the master of not winning, dude. You know that.
I hear you. I learned it from watching you.
Yes, I can't say shit about anything. I can't say shit about anything. I think the last thing that I said, what did I say? I said something about some decision that Microsoft made, and all of a sudden the descendants of the X came down upon me. It's just weird. You can't just say, I don't agree, and be done. Talk about it and say, here's my opinion. All right, man. Well, here's my opinion. All right. Well, cool. This just doesn't happen anymore. And so that's been bothering me. That's been bothering me a lot more recently. And it's not the way we should be.
It's true.
So, now to what you're saying, like I say, my wife, one of the reasons that she did agree to let me go ahead and get the console, besides the fact that I wasn't going to pay full price for it, was she said, you realize this is the first console you've really had to pay for in years. And that's true. Microsoft and Sony have supplied me consoles for years. The original Xbox, PS2, the Xbox 360, PS3 were all provided by them because they were review units. I was running a website that reviewed games, and we were successful. So they did, and I still that 360 right there. I can say it now because they're defunct. And that 360 there is actually a review kit. If I fire it up, it fires up PartnerNet, which was the old test bed for Xbox Live. So right. I mean, it's a non-functional unit. I can't really do anything with it because it's a debug kit. But because and I got a retail kit the first day with. I didn't get every game that these influencers are getting. Like I got all the Microsoft games. I got Cameo. I got. And it was up to the third parties to send me whatever games they wanted me to review at launch. But it did happen. And the one thing that I think we have to remember is to Microsoft, it is a chance because they're looking strictly at numbers. Sure. I understand. I don't always agree with the things that Boogie says. Some of his stuff has been pretty good. Some of his stuff has been bad. You have to remember, Larry Herb's been to his house, and these guys see him as somebody that if they get it into his hands and they can prove to him that it's good enough, which is what they want. That's why they're doing this. Is they want to get this in everybody's hands so that they can then get. I think they're that confident in this product that these hardcore guys that have these millions of views on their videos, and some of it's views, not viewers, because some of the people that have gotten these only have like 19 to 20,000 subscribers, but their videos have millions of views on them. There's a couple of guys that are Halo players that got them. I'm quite sure somebody like Jack Frags got it. I mean, but I think
the majority of the decisions I have no qualm with. I look at most of the people who got them, even like Greg Miller. I know he got one. Totally fine with that. It's specifically people that have made waves and profit for themselves by destroying the product after being given it, and or working consciously or subconsciously against the brand. That I have a problem with them, starting up with again.
And I understand that. I get that. But at the same time, I think there's a sense that I think some of it's calculated that, okay, but there's no way he's going to do that to this because this is the console that everybody's been asking for, which it is. This is the console that everybody wants. This is the one. This is the apology. This is the I'm so sorry for the Xbox One. Here's what you've really wanted. And I think that by them getting them into their hands, I think they're taking a calculated risk or a calculated shot, not a shot in the dark. I don't think it's that. I think they're confident enough in their product that they think that this will be different, that this will be where it is.
I can't see it just because so much of it I think is just subconscious with someone like I said with Jeff. I don't know if he knew that he was trying to steer that conversation with that ARC dev, but the ARC dev is trying to talk about how the difference between the Xbox One and the Xbox One X or whatever, and Jeff's trying to steer the conversation to PlayStation. Just as a non-starter, just out of the blue. So it's like he wanted to make him say he was feeding him the info to have him repeat yes or to agree to that it was the same on the PS4. Like he was working towards that goal. So that's what bothered me about Jeff getting one. But again, bothered me is let's not get carried away. This isn't something I'm losing sleep over. It's just something that I question, and then of course I have to respond to I don't know. I guess I don't have to. I could tell them while I get bent, but I have to respond.
We still have to, we still have to work on that with you.
Yeah. So
Peter's laughing because I know he agrees with me. This is the one part we gotta work on with you.
But yeah, no. Like I said, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I guess if anything, I wish that they would sort out the people who are waiting on their orders before before me seeing, when I see that, when I have my situation going on with it, and I see the Tom guy from The Verge, going, woohoo, I got mine and all these games, it's a little bit irritating.
And some people go ahead, Nate.
I was just going to say that's really the only problem I had was, okay, they got the review kit, but they freaking got the whole 100 billion games that are
including like third party, right?
Yeah,
it's not just Microsoft games.
It's a pretty sweet little package I get, and I get that too because you wanna show the breadth of the difference between, like I said, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just
the people who got it.
It's just. I just question it, and and I do question Xbox when they do things that I don't get. Like, forever I've been like, "Where's my game sharing?" I'm so happy that we have it now, but I've always criticized them for not having it. Why don't we have it yet? It's brainless to not have this.
Well, it's not even true game sharing. It's only gifting of new games.
Well, that's what I mean to say. That's what I meant to say. Gifting. I've always said gifting because I knew gifting would come first.
Right.
But it's still kind of brainless because it's region locked. But hopefully they'll unf that here pretty soon.
Does PlayStation have game sharing?
Well, they have like Share Play or whatever, but they don't have.
Well, they kind of do. They don't have game gifting.
Right.
Yeah. So we all were like, Xbox should have that. Apparently, they don't have it either. So.
Yeah. Like I said, people react to what I say, or people take when I say something, and maybe Twitter amplifies things or makes it seem like it's a bigger deal to me than it really is.
You're just a popular guy on Twitter, that's all.
I don't know about all
that. Social media is the worst place to... It really is. I mean, Frankie will tell you. It's the worst place to go. There's so many times when I just... what I really wanted, what I would really rather do is I'd love to have these conversations in our Discord room. Because I think we get enough reasonable people in there who aren't trying to specifically start fights and things like that, and you can have a conversation like this, because I think there's the bigger point that I definitely agree with is these guys have, and you're not the only one who has said this, by the way. I saw Kidsmooth say this yesterday. He got hit for it, but he was dead on accurate. These guys are getting this stuff, 2 weeks already from the release date, and there are people now that are getting Amazon emails saying that their shipment's going to be December 13th.
Right.
So, you're the folks who are buying it, who were there day one, aren't getting it on release. And so I'm with you there. And I know Italian Clowns was bemoaning the lack of a pack-in. And you know what? Right. I can kind of understand that. These guys get the entire slate of games.
Even a Game Pass subscription for a month.
I think there is a Game Pass subscription in the box. It's not a month, but I think it might be the 14-day one. But there is a Game Pass subscription.
That's short. Even a month is short.
It is.
Just give 6 months.
Because that's $10.
Yeah, it's really if you give us 6 months, that's the price of a game. Thank you for giving us a game.
Right. And in the end of the 6 months, you either continue it or not. It's not that you keep any of the games. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that would be great, because I don't, one thing that we didn't, that we really don't talk about as much anymore, simply because it's semi-boring, is like the quarterly financials, and Microsoft's making money off the Game Pass. Their gaming division's up 1% year over last.
It's leaps and bounds better than what I thought it was going to be.
Well, now that they're putting like really good games in there, I'm kind of thinking about it. I haven't, because I just haven't had time. Part of it's time to play, but
right. Well, also publishers, if they see that it's actually making them money, they will put up more stuff.
Well,
so it's, it's a little chicken and an egg. They need to put something on there in order to create demand. But once demand is there, then
yeah. So where do you sit on this, Peter? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nate. Finish up.
No, I was just gonna say, thanks to T-Mobile, I've been a member for the whole time since it's been out.
Right.
But they are giving you incentive to actually do it now. Like last month, it was if you played 4 of the games, you didn't even have to beat them or anything. You just got $5 gift card, so that paid for your month.
That's cool.
Well, there you go.
And this time, it's if you get 4 achievements from 4 different games, you get a $10 gift card.
Sweet.
Yeah. The whole thing about rewards at the Xbox.com for pre-orders, they have like a start date. So I ordered like Call of Duty like before the start date, and it did not count.
Yeah.
So what I had to do is cancel the pre-order, my digital pre-order, and then repurchase it, because then it's marked as like, oh yeah, you still after the start date, but still before the release date. It just baffles me. Yeah, any pre-order should qualify, period.
That happened to me too when they had a Call of Duty figure at GameStop. They're like, oh, well, this started this week. And I'm like, well, I'm going to cancel. And they're like, here's your damn figure.
Yeah, I mean, that's so dumb. But, yeah.
So, actually, I don't want to force anybody to say anything they don't care about. Frankie's falling asleep.
I think he is.
Well, like I said, there's a reason I brought this up, and it was not even so much that anybody really cares about this issue or not. Some do, some don't, but there's got to be a place where everybody can give their opinion without having to look over their shoulder. So,
well, I'll tell you this too. Anyone who hears me or listens to me or follows me on Twitter, you just know I'm doing Twitter at work to pass time when I'm bored as.
Yeah, and your job is horrible. So some of this is rage tweeting.
Yeah, some of this is just. I like to think we think about anything other than the fact that Grandma's trying to figure out which end of the remote to point at the TV in the other room. So, and I'll tell you what. I got to sidetrack just for a second. One of my favorite things that happens at work is I'll get and stop me if I've done this before, but I'll get a guy on the phone and I'll say, okay, I need you to change the channel to channel 11, and you hear boop boop. It didn't work. Sir, that's because you're putting the number into your phone, not the. but as I'm saying that, you hear boop boop, and they can't hear me because it's still not working. Boop boop. I'm like, sir, I'm trying to tell you that it's boop boop. What's wrong with this thing? It won't work. Right. The other one that's good is when it's actually the opposite. Like maybe the TV's in the other room, and they go in and they follow the instruction I give them. They bring it back, and I hear very faintly, "Okay, thanks, it's working." And I'm like, "I'm over here. You're talking into your hands. You're talking into your remote." Those are because I walk back in the remote hand and just start talking to it, and I can barely hear them. But it's good stuff. My job's the best.
Nice. I love your job so much.
But my comment about the whole influencer stuff is like, I must be too old because who the heck is getting influenced? Who falls for that?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
You would be surprised.
Yeah, Justine fans.
Must be dumber people than I am. So I don't know.
Well, the thing with iJustine though is, instead of in the old days we used to talk about the specs. We used to show the thing off. We used to. I remember when we got our Xbox One X and or Xbox One X. Jesus, I remember when we got our 360, and we did like a whole 2 or 3 day thing on it, and it was, it was a lot deeper. Now it was print because it was a website with pictures, but the attention span of your average millennial, unfortunately, is, hey, look at this shiny object. See how nice this shiny object is? Look how round it is. Look how shiny it is.
You want to buy it.
Right. It's not, and by the way, I endorse it. And don't you know who I am? That's the thing. And so it's not about, with iJustine, it's not about the P's and the FPSs and the and all that stuff. It's look at squirrel. Look at the shiny object. I mean, it's serious. That's what it is. Oh, see, now I was all... Annihilator was my friend until now. So I'm booting him. I'm booting him and banning him from the channel. Trash. Listen, man.
Well, at least he didn't say the Dreamcast.
Oh, if he said Dreamcast, him and I would actually have words, like real words. Like I would have to, I'd have to actually come through the camera.
That's fair. I mean, it was the second best console ever.
I mean, 4 of my 360s or 3 were trash because of the red.
Right.
So he's partially right.
Hold on.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Hey, where are you?
Thanks to Costco, I was just here. You go. I'll pick up a new one.
Hey, you want to say that again, Juan?
What? Where? Who said what? I didn't hear nothing.
So, it's so. Believe it or not, influencers in this day and age they're what the media used to be. I mean, all of us little guys, NLG, Team Xbox, PlayStation Planet, Nintendo, these little guys. That's we were the influencers. We weren't the IGNs and the GameSpots but we hung in there. We were like that second tier of media, and I was happy with that. Trust me, Microsoft and Sony treated us like we were we were important, and so I couldn't complain with not being IGN, but we were back then the old influencers. We just didn't opinion everything. Like our stuff was still, with the exception of previews and reviews, which are of course opinion, our news articles and stuff were exactly that. They're straight up news articles. But that's what your modern day, nobody. I don't read websites anymore. I mean, everything I see is on social media, or like if I try, I hate giving credit to them either, but I had a really good article about the OG backward compatibility and how it came to be.
Right.
But I couldn't make my way through it. I was just too busy. If somebody had translated it into a book on tape, I could have listened to it and been all right. I find myself more turning a YouTube video on and playing in the background while I'm working or driving in the car or something like that than I do reading websites anymore. So that's the modern day influencer, and I only see it getting bigger. I mean, look IGN, GameSpot, and all these guys. These guys have videos to go along with their website articles, because they know that the attention span of your average gamer these days, unfortunately, is of a small woodland creature. So, it's just that's how it is. And if iJustine can get 50 people or whatnot, I mean, the honest truth is, if Boogie gets 1,000 of his 1 million+ subs, or 10,000 of his 1 million+ subs, or what have you, to buy an Xbox One X because he liked it, that's gonna be a win for Microsoft.
Absolutely.
Not because and not even because they're gonna buy the console, but because they're gonna get into the ecosystem, which, as you guys know, is exactly what Microsoft wants. They don't care, much to Worry Wart's detriment. They don't care about whether or not you play on the console, play on the PC, or anything like that. They want you signing up for Xbox Live. They want you signing up for Game Pass. They want you. Mm-hmm. They want that revenue. Microsoft's doing it on the business side too. Seriously go on their website. Try to buy a copy of Microsoft Office. It is damn difficult to find a straight retail copy. Everything is what, Peter?
Office 365 subscription.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, the next round of OS, whatever comes after Windows 10, will be a subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Adobe does it. Everybody's doing it.
Everybody does it.
So if you could subscribe to get the console, they would do that. And I guarantee you, they might come. There's going to come a point to where the Xbox Live subscription will go up in price, but they'll give you the console. I'm telling you, you watch and give it 10 years.
Deep dark future, yeah.
Give it 10 years. So,
well, it's almost like remember, like years ago when I forgot what they had. You had to buy something, and you also get like a Xbox with it.
Yeah, didn't you have to like prepay for like 2 or 3 years of Xbox Gold?
Yeah,
and
something
like
that.
The system.
Really, I missed that.
Yeah. I remember that.
Remember the Web TV too, like
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Thing.
Well,
I think they had a bit of.
Who remembers the Phantom console? That was that too. They were going to give you the console. They were going to give you the box and upgrade it for you too. They were going to give you anytime a new piece of hardware came out, they were going to swap it out for you as long as you were subscribed to their service.
I mean, look at cell phones now. We have Apple iPhone for life. Every year, you get a new one. You just keep paying.
Yeah, $1,000 a slot.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's bought that X.
I have no idea, Nate.
Yeah. Anyhow, so I don't know. Frankie, do you care about any of this at all?
Not really. I mean, I don't really watch any of this stuff, and like you, I typically don't read a lot of the stuff. Sometimes if something sounds cool, I'll check it out. If someone sends me a link to something, they're like, yeah, you should read this. This is interesting. Like, that stuff I'll look at, but I'm not watching unboxing videos. I don't follow any of these people, so I don't know anything about them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not watching unboxing videos either. I kind of know.
I do notice one thing, that no one has the Project Scorpio edition yet. So we could be having a surprise. Who knows?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, not obviously the whole collection of games, but something.
Nah, they're not packing anything in.
That whole collection of games included for some of those also really, why? You would figure they would have all these games too. Like,
well, some of them do.
I guess it's just to make sure.
Some of them are some of them are doing giveaways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Lame.
I can see why they do it, because they also tout like every game runs better, so including third party. Yeah. That's really what Microsoft wants to do. They want you to run, all the third parties on Xbox One as well.
Yep.
So it kind of makes sense.
So, should I do my announcement?
Nope.
Sure.
I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So, HGK helped me test it, and I'm excited to be announcing that we're going to be starting a NLG race night weekly for some multiplayer fun in Forza Motorsport 7. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty cool, pretty laid back, not super nasty competitive. I'd like to see some clean racing, and we can talk a little bit about what that is if you have any kind of question about what's good and what's foul. Basically, if you're following a guy in a corner, you want to be braking before they are. You don't want to wait for them to be stopping, because then you're going to run into them. If you manage a little rubbing, a little something, that is just racing. That's fine. But if you shunt someone way off and you knock them out of position, give up the spot and then take it back clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to have single events to start, and if it works out nice, we could maybe even do a series. But this coming Tuesday will be the first night. It'll start at 8:45, and I'll put out a shout, and whoever comes and joins the lobby will run with us. And what we'll do is I'll have announced, we can talk about tonight too, but there'll be a set track known in advance in a car division, and it'll be homologated, so the cars will be, you won't have to do much with tuning or have to know much about the cars. You can pick a car you like from the class and have a pretty good shot, because they're all pretty well balanced. So 8:45, everybody shows up, and I'll set up a quick little 3-lap run for everyone at the track, and that's going to have a staggered start. So someone's going to take off, 10 seconds later the next guy does, and the next guy, so you have some space. Everyone's going to run their 3 laps, 2 laps flying, 1 lap standing, and the fastest times are going to be your top qualifiers. Then we're going to figure out how many laps it is for about a 20, 25 minute, 30 minute race, and we'll set a race for that long, and the grid will be ordered in reverse order. So the fast guys go to the back, the slower guys are up front, and the fast guys get to race through the slower guys and get up to the line there for the win. I've done this before with some of my real life racing friends, and it's a real good time as long as everybody keeps it friendly competition. So looking forward to that. Yeah. Before we get to doing it, I'll ask the people who are participating if they don't mind being seen. There won't be any party chat heard, but what I'd like to do is after the race, go through and edit the replay and get the highlights and do a little video up on it afterwards and show who won online. So I think it'll be a real good time. And so looking forward to that. We'll talk about it again some more before Tuesday. But yeah, Tuesday night, 8:45 will be our inaugural kickoff event. It's going to be at the Lime Rock Full Circuit, which is a small but technical course, and I like it a lot. And we're going to run the historic road racing cars, so Camaros, Mustangs, Challengers. It'll be a real good time. So I hope to see a bunch of the viewers there. I'm not going to set any kind of limit because we'll see what the turnout's like first, but we want to keep it. We want enough competition, but I don't know if we really want 24 cars. It could be kind of a zoo with that, but we'll see what happens. We'll put it out there for anyone who wants to come.
That's exactly the kind of race I want to watch.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Like I said, it's been a while since I did this. The last time I put on organized racing was 5. Forza Motorsport 5 did that with some autocrossers. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into it, and I hope we get some decent turnout.
Nice. Well, when you get when you start tweeting it out, I'll retweet it through the OG channel and stuff, and we'll put the replay video up on our channel too, so people can see it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Tuesday night's a night that works well for me. If we can't get good turnout on a Tuesday, we can adjust it in the future. I know Cooper wrote that he can't make it this Tuesday. I don't know if that's a this Tuesday thing or Tuesdays are just no good, but he's definitely one we'd like to have along. So it'll be flexible, I think, in the future. We'll see what turnout's like and what we can get.
Isn't Tuesday Halloween?
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah, I don't have kids, so I never think about that.
Smart.
Lights are off here by 8 though.
But yeah, it'll be 8:45, so it'll be late enough. I think it'll be okay. But definitely, and I think my boy Chicken, who just got in, he'll be invited too. Chicken, you just missed the announcement of the first Next Level Gaming Racing Night in Forza 7. So we'll put the info back out there. Won't repeat it just for you. Sorry, but yeah, I expect to see Chicken there Tuesday at 8:45, and anyone else, everybody's welcome. So I do hope to see people.
You can gift me Forza 7 and I'll be there.
No.
He hesitated. He thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's just money's tight, but so maybe in the future, but yeah, definitely. Like I said, very excited about it. Test went really good. I just can't wait to get back into it. I'm very, very excited about it.
Awesome.
Well, see, the point is, I don't want to pay for you to kick my ass every week.
Well, like I said, I think we've got some real racers. We got some people in the following here, and the listeners who can, the viewers who can put some times. I know Jeff. I chased him around some rivals tracks, and I know our boys Stick who listen and Delirium Blades. I know they can put down some times, so it could get really interesting. And if I'm quick on qualifying, I'm going to be coming from the back anyway, so I could come out wrong. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be charging.
I wasn't going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, but yeah, no, seriously, I just really looking forward to it. I hope we get a good turnout, and I'll stop repeating that.
Nice. That's going to be fun.
It'll be a good time.
I seem to remember one of the features that Microsoft was supposed to have was a spectator channel, because this is something that I wouldn't mind watching. Even if I'm not racing, I'd love to see this. So,
yeah. Well, with the permission of the participants, that's at least that's one thing I was looking at addressing with the, the replay video, getting that out there.
And we'll, like I say, we'll post that. So,
yep,
very cool. All right, one last. Jesus, one last thing to talk about, really, really quick, because I do want to get. I don't want to make this a completely Xbox show, but let's be honest, folks. There's a lot of news coming out of Microsoft this week.
It was a good week.
It was a good week. Next week, next week is going to be probably pretty Sony driven because of Paris Games Week. They claim that they have 7 new announcements that they have. They said E3 was only the half of it, so that kind of perked my ears up a little bit. I'm
pretty
very
big talk.
curious. Yeah. So and they've made Paris Games Week a big show for them, which is great for Paris Games Week, because until they started showing up there, I never heard of them.
Right.
But this is great for them, and Sony's got they have the stage to themselves, because I don't even think Microsoft or Nintendo did they even go to this show?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity for another one of their shows. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're up to, and looking forward to talking about it next Sunday. Anything big breaks, I'll let you guys know.
I'm sick already. I won't be here next week. Oh.
Why? What are you doing next week?
Sony.
Oh God! All right. So last thing. This week marked the beginning of OG Xbox Backward Compatibility, and
so great.
Yes. Before we say anything else, before we go any further, I have to. I promised that I was going to publicly admit that I was wrong. I had thought for many times, as we've talked about having, when Sony was doing the redos of PS2 games on PS4, and I'm not even sure you could really call them remakes or remasters, because they were just straight ports. They added trophies and things like that, but they were pretty much just straight up 1-to-1 ports. Am I right? That was what I thought.
With you mean the PS2?
Yeah, the PS2 games.
I think they got worked on a little bit, and they added trophies.
They added trophies, but I wasn't sure.
They didn't do nearly the amount of work that Microsoft's done with these, but they did a little bit of work to them.
All right, but they weren't like remasters. They were just straight ports.
Pretty much.
And so we had talked about the 360 backward compatibility, and why couldn't Sony and Microsoft do backward compatibility back to the OG. And I remember Rand was on with us when we were having this discussion. And of course, I'm asking about why, and Rand saying, Microsoft saying it's not worth the trouble. Well, Microsoft, that's funny they say that, because here we are. But I thought that this was not a possibility because of the way the PS2 and the Xbox discs were, read in their devices. That how could the PS4 and the Xbox One, how could they read these discs and figure out what they are? Well, voila, here we are, Xbox backward compatibility, and a decent. I'm gonna get the picture while we're talking about it. I should have done that earlier. But I have two monitors, so this works. The opening salvo of games is not bad. Not bad at all. With some excellent... There we go. Let me just save that real quick, and I'll bring it over. With some excellent titles, a couple of decent titles. a couple that nobody really plays, but there's some high quality. There's some high quality H2O in this list, as it were. And here we go. Nope. Let's try it again. Do. Nope. Super Mario Odyssey was not on that list.
Dang.
No, I was just teasing. Okay, so Fusion Frenzy, Ninja Gaiden Black, Crimson Skies,
Crimson Skies,
Knights of the Old Republic,
Double yay.
Sid Meier's Pirates, which Peter was streaming the other night on Mixer.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is that? I missed that stream. What is that game?
Pirates. It's Go ahead, Peter.
I don't know how to describe it. I mean, you're boating a ship and you attack other people, and then you have to do some fencing. Or fencing, I mean sword fighting. You can go on land too that I did not show, and there are treasures buried, and you're collecting puzzle pieces because I think you're trying to find out where your family is or your sister is.
And you like it?
Yeah, I like it. And then you have to, based upon if you what flag you fly or what services you do, you be either in favor of the Dutch, the French, the Spaniards, or thought it was another, the English. And based on that, then you can go to the governor, and the governor likes you or doesn't like you. And the governor likes you. You can take the governor's daughter for a dance, and then you have to do some button press. QTEs to please the daughter, and she'll tell you secrets and stuff.
This game sounds really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a cool game.
See,
yeah, blast from the past. I played it like on PC like years ago too.
See, I wish this happened a few weeks ago because I actually saw Sid.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I actually was talking. As it happens, he's also a musician. And he lives in Baltimore. He's a Maryland guy, and he happens to be. I mean, I've known him in the video game world, but my guitar player in Days of Vinyl is very good friends with him. So when we did our Maryland State Fair gig, there he is out watching us, and we talked for a few minutes afterwards. And man, I wish this had launched before that because I'd have asked him about it. But I didn't know. But, I mean, yeah, this list, Psychonauts. If you have not played Psychonauts, you've got to play Psychonauts. That is a one-of-the-kind game.
Yeah, guilty. That's one that I've missed, so I definitely want to pick that up. It's only like $10 for these two.
And
thing I want to mention about that really quick before we move on from Psychonauts.
Yeah.
The Xbox version of that, superior console version when that came out. So it's available on the PS4 with the PS2 back and pack crap, but if you have both consoles and you want to play Psychonauts, buy this version. It's a lot better.
Oh, yeah. So I want to welcome in a new person to our channel. Now, I'm going to try. I'm going to say Sanati Yu and hope I'm right. If not, let me know. But he is brand new tonight and new to the channel, and we welcome him, and he asks the very important question: Mario or Sonic? You know where I'm at. Sonic.
Sonic.
7.
Well, he makes a pretty good case with Sonic Mania this year. So,
yep.
Although I guess Mario does too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anybody else? Mario or Sonic?
I'd probably lean Mario.
I'm a Mario guy, but I don't dislike Sonic for it.
All right.
They're old. I respect them both.
There you go.
I feel like Mario has
filthy neutral.
Mario, because that was an amazing movie.
They're like ex-presidents, now they're all coming together and it's all kumbaya.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Sonic and Mario at the Rio Olympics.
Yeah.
Also on that list, by the way, of the OG Xbox, you guys don't have to do this, but a former Next Level Gaming endorsed game, Dead to Rights.
Nice.
I remember when I got this, and I don't even remember. I mean, it was a good game, But I didn't like. I don't think we like squealed over it. It wasn't like we didn't give it like 100 or anything like that. I think we gave it like an 83. It was a good game. But they sold 1 million units because 1 million units back then was a big deal, and they gave us all plaques. So that's one of my prized possessions. So
it's not a game with a dog, is there? Is it?
No.
Yeah,
is
the new one, the latest.
Oh yeah.
One,
It's got it. Yeah. Oh. But you can see in the disc. Hang on. In the disc, there is a wolf. I don't know how well you can see that.
Yeah, no. The last one that they did, Retribution, you had to. You could control the dog, and there were like electric fences, and you had to go pee on the fuses to disable the fences.
Part of me wanted to see if I could pull that off the adhesive and it still worked. Because those are real discs. So, Whitty!
Yeah, you should do
Whitty's in tonight. Whitty came in. No. Yeah, so, I mean, these are good games. Even though Grab Guide by the Ghoulies was remastered for Rare Replay, if you didn't get Rare Replay, I like that game. I thought it was a good game. My wife liked it. I know it wasn't your typical Rare game, but I thought for their first outing on the Xbox, it was solid. Black, which I've heard a lot of good things about, but never played, actually.
A lot of people are excited about that.
Yeah. Blood Rain. Red Faction 2 was a very good game. I've got that. I haven't cracked open in a while. And Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, which, of course, I'm not going to get into a hour-long diatribe about movies, but of course, was the
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes,
yeah.
He
saves that for Too Much Food podcast.
Yeah, I saved that for the gaming buffet. We somehow we got in. Somehow we got from the Prince of Persia Sands of Time game all the way over to Justice League. I don't know how. So anyway, so that's your backward compatibility. Now the cool thing about this is that these were touched up a little bit more. Like they brought these up into a native res for the Xbox One, and supposedly even better for the Xbox One X. And there are 3, I think, to start Xbox 360 games that are getting Xbox One X enhancements: Halo 3, Fallout 3, and there was one other, I can't remember what it is. So these are coming with full native, I'm assuming 1080p resolution, although if the game was 4:3, it will remain 4:3. You can, of course, stream. You can do everything that you can do on the Xbox One X. And if the game had System Link, there is a way to play System Link games. And there have been a couple of people who, on social media, have shown their how to do it. And so we might play with it a little bit and try it. Like Crimson Skies is System Link. If they were full on Xbox Live, they do not work anymore because those servers have shut down. But
it's too bad they don't create a little stub.
If enough demand is for it, maybe it's something they might try.
Yeah.
So the only other thing that I'm not happy about with this is the next slate of games isn't coming out till the spring, according to them. See, I think,
but I imagine it's got to be some work to do what they do with them. So, and if they can bring a list like this, if they can bring another, slathering like what they've got here, it'll be a home run.
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, this is, from what I understand, this is not like the Xbox 360 back compat. So that's just a wrapper within a emulator, and this does have some work to it. So perhaps.
But just the licensing for all the studios that went belly up and other stuff, it's who owns the IP and
true,
probably a lot of frustration on that end, the legal perspective.
True. All right, so that's backward compatibility, and we're gonna.
I just want to chime in real quick.
Yeah.
For me, I played Ninja Gaiden Black on it. I played KOTOR, and I played Crimson Skies. Of impressiveness, I would order it Ninja Gaiden Black first, then Crimson Skies, then KOTOR, because the gameplay and movement at 60 frames, and the improved resolution really helps Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2, Crimson Skies, where I think it's a little less. I don't know if the texture work is less in KOTOR or whatever, but it's still just great to have that game working at 60 frames a second on my Xbox just by putting the disc. So that's all fantastic. And that's the one I'm probably going to play through first. But Ninja Gaiden is like the showpiece, in my opinion.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, just the clarity and stuff of the material. Like in Crimson Skies, I was flying like low over the water, and I saw wheels that I did not see when it was an OG Xbox. So
exactly,
that was fantastic. It's like there's little details. It's great.
I swear my timing was really poor because for the channel I did playthroughs of both Ninja Gaiden and Crimson Skies on OG hardware, like within the last 12 months. So
right.
But that doesn't mean I wouldn't go back.
There was an anticipation of this.
Right.
Well, and I do. Somebody had an interview with the KOTOR. I guess one of the older devs back then, and he said that it's not that the texture work wasn't there. It's that the hardware couldn't do it. So what I'm assuming is that they're running high-res textures that they just compress down into 640 by 480 or 480i, and running on a machine that can handle the native texture decompressed. That's where you get the enhancement from. So, and again, that's just what he said was, that all the quality of the textures were there. The hardware just couldn't display it. That's kind of the gist of what he was saying. So maybe that plays into some of this. But yeah, I definitely would agree. The showpiece of this right now is Ninja Gaiden Black, and they know it, which is why they added it to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they know it. So
do you think any of these titles will go with games with gold?
It's hard to say what with Game Pass being a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like the smarter move for them is putting Game Pass, but
probably is.
I'm not going to play the video, but real quick, games with gold this month. We haven't heard anything about the PS4, PS Plus games yet, or unless somebody's seen it, and I haven't. But the games with gold this month includes some decent stuff, and Nights into Dreams on the 360, an old Sega Saturn game.
I've been meaning to play that forever, so that's cool by me. I don't own any of these, so that's a win.
I don't own any of the 360 ones, so.
Oh my goodness, the Nights was it was the first game I ever played with any kind of analog controller. It came with an analog controller that's awesome. One stick, one analog stick, but it was just neat. So I'm looking forward to replaying that on the 360. And then I forgot what well, I mean, we're getting on 10:38. I want to get to other stuff. I want to get through this. So anybody can go to Xbox's YouTube page and see what the Games with Gold stuff is this month. But Nights was a big one. All right.
Trackmania is probably the one that I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Awesome.
That is a good one. All right. I want the Super Mario take.
Okay.
So Super Mario Odyssey.
I'll go last.
All right.
Two thumbs up.
Yeah, 10s and 9s and 9.5s and Metacritic of 98.
Wasn't as good as the movie.
So. Rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. Well, good night, everybody.
It was fun.
So, all right, guys, have at it. I have
good game. One of the best Switch games there is right now. Because it's easy to get going and easy to stop and pick it back up where you left. The graphics are tight, controls are tight. It's the first Switch title where I'm actually playing on a TV or monitor instead of just handheld. That's how good it feels, and I just use my Joy-Cons.
So you're playing a handheld, did you say?
No. my previous games like Zelda and Mario Kart has always been handheld. No urge to play it on a TV, but this Mario Odyssey, it's TV worthy.
Yeah, it's only been on the TV for me because the wife likes it. So
yeah, and a lot of fun, a lot of puzzles, a lot of fun. I don't have any reference to the old Mario worlds there were. Don't know. So this is really my very first one, but it's gorgeous. Puzzles are fun, not too hard. Just awesome.
I would love to show some video of it, but of course, Nintendo would come. I would get a knock on the door as we're playing it. They would fly someone out to come in and destroy my machine with hammers.
Right.
So all you get, folks, is the picture here, and Nintendo might actually come after me for that. So, but have you even played an N64 game, Mike? So. Project. Okay, Jeff, you haven't. You actually have not. You haven't been a fan of. You haven't been listening to the podcast for quite as long. The very first Mario game that broke me of being any kind of system fanboy was Mario 64. I was a Sega guy until that time, and I bought a Nintendo 64 and Mario 64 just because, and I first off, all 100 stars, and from that point on, I was a multi-platform guy from then on. I was like, I cannot believe that I went this long without playing a Nintendo product. So, now, money has stopped me from getting the Switch. That's probably going to change towards the end of the year. My wife is my wife is talking about possibly a Switch for the kids for Hanukkah. So right. So we're Black Friday deals and stuff like that are probably going to be pretty good. My job has stepped up to the plate, so there's some possibilities here, and so next year the 4K TV and the whatever PlayStation product is current at the time, if it's a Pro or if it's the next big thing of that. But the Switch is probably going to come at the end of the year, so Mario is on that list. But you are forgiven, Jeff. You are forgiven. But just to let you know, Mario 64, as Chicken said, is the GOAT. So, but anyway, I digress. Go on. Sorry, guys.
Take it away, Juan.
My parents.
Has no one else played it? You played it, right, Greggy?
No, I haven't had a chance. I'm trying to finish all these other games I'm in the middle of, so I put Mario aside for now.
I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know that I like it more than Galaxy. I don't know that there's a lot of hype over it that maybe is not entirely deserved. And so I don't want to set anybody on fire or anything. But yeah, no, I like it a lot. It's pretty. It runs well. There's a lot of clever mechanics, a lot of like puzzles, and no mechanic like really wears out its welcome. You don't have to do anything so many times that you're like, why am I still doing this? It feels easy compared to Galaxy, and I don't have the wow factor that I had with Galaxy. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not like Galaxy had the cool like physics play and gravity and the small worlds, and it was like kind of more of a focused like gauntlet challenge for each star, whereas this is more open world, wandering around, and it's kind of a collectathon, and it's like several collectathons. Because you got the moons, and those come pretty quick. They throw moons at you like crazy compared to like stars from the other games. But then there's also there's two different currencies. There's the coins, and then the currencies for each kingdom, and it's run around finding the coins so you can get costumes, which are cool. I particularly I have to admit, I particularly like when you're in a costume and you go into the 8-bit world and you see the 8-bit version of Mario in that costume.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. That's great.
Just the whole game mechanics to go from 3D to 2D and back to 3D.
And it feels right too. The motion, like I'm, being an old school Nintendo guy too, the control and the physics of that, the jump physics feel right on spot with the old game. So it's great, and the music changes too from the mix to the 8-bit version of the music. So it's fantastic in every way like that.
Wait, what?
Like you'll be playing a lot. You'll be playing, and I worry had a video on this. But there's a pipe, and you go into the pipe, and then you'll be in the wall because it'll be like on the side of a castle or something you have to traverse, and you'll come out of the pipe as the 8-bit Mario and jump on Goombas and smash blocks and move through the level, and then come out either bust through the top and bust into the real world, or maybe come out another pipe and you're back to 3D Mario. But it's just between 2 and 3 on the fly, and it's really slick. And like I said, when they do it, the music too, and they have 8-bit versions of all the costume Marios, that's pretty cool. Although costumes in a single player thing, it's cute. It's kind of fun to play with. It gives you a reason to collect the realm coins, the kingdom coins, if you will.
But some of them you kind of have to in order to get,
That's true.
A certain moon.
That's true. Yeah, I remember in the desert place, you had to dress like them in the cool looking poncho and sombrero to get in and party and play the guitar. So it's all good. I guess my biggest complaint is you'll play through to a certain point and there'll be a mini boss. And it's one of the rabbits, and they're cool, it's fun, and the mini bosses are fine. But then they'll set you back to the beginning, and you're playing through the territory again to get to the main boss, and with a slightly different path change or different enemies. And it changes it up. It does make it fresh. It's not exactly the same, but you're still kind of retreading the same ground again. And you're doing that every kingdom. So like I said, it's not without flaws, in my opinion, but they're not game deal breakers. None of them are deal breakers, and it's really fun. It's just enjoyable and colorful, and you never once you think about what kind of peas it's running, or it's just a joy to play. So it's like a 9, a solid 9.5 for me. Perfect 10, no. I think the media gasm over it, I think they kind of paint themselves in a corner with the Zelda scores, because it's better. It's considerably better than Breath of the Wild, in my opinion. But that had scored so stratospherically that they didn't leave themselves a lot of room for better. And this is better than Breath of the Wild. This does everything it wants to do better than that Zelda does. So yeah, that's my opinion. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend it enough, and yet it's still overrated.
Have you noticed it's kind of like a loot box equivalent in Mario, is where you can actually go to the store and buy a moon, which is in-game currency.
Yes, you can buy the moon if you, it's bastards. How long before they're selling them for money? Slippery slope.
Slippery slope. I thought it was just funny when I saw that.
I thought about that too. It's like I said, it's great. If you have a Switch, it's essential. You have to have it, and yet it's still overrated.
Is it a system seller?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would say yes.
Yeah. Mario is Gozer the Gozerian and the Destroyer of Worlds, and it will be Game of the Year, and it will be probably the top-selling console over the holidays. And yeah, it's a juggernaut. Just get the F out of the way. It's going to steamroll everything. But it's still overrated. It is what it is.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Everyone should play it. Like I said, there are some things that I play it and I go, wow, I kind of wish that was more like, Galaxy in this way. But aside from that, or even 64, because 64 had the hub world and everything went from there. It wasn't like a series of open worlds, so there was less mucking about, if you will. You had one collectathon in 64, it was the stars. In this one, you have several collectathons. But yeah, no, it's still great.
Also, like the way I played is like there's mini bosses. I did them towards the end, so as soon as I've completed those, back to the ship and be done.
That's
next
true.
world. So.
Yeah.
Overrated magic.
The music is really solid too. I'm only so far into it, but the super swinging sounds of the Steam Gardens is great. That was my musical pick of the day for my daily music pick, and I just want to have that playing and have a squadron of chicks with beehive hair doing the swim behind me. That's all I need in my life.
Nice. All right, so that is Super Mario. That's awesome. Glad somebody was able to play it and talk about it. So, very cool. Very quickly, moving on. HTK.
All right. Yeah, next week in gaming. A couple of titles that jumped out. On the 31st, we have a redo of Zoo Tycoon for the Xbox One and PC. People who had the previous version are not entitled to a free upgrade.
What is that shit?
Yeah, I don't know. Another slap in the face.
Do we know what the upgrade is? Because if it's a bigger...
I think it's a little bigger. It has more animals and more things to do. It might be 4K.
Yeah, I know the trio of these are doing. The main thing is they're adding X support, but I think the Zoo Tycoon's like the bundle that bundles all... was there DLC for this game? I don't even remember.
In fact,
I think there might have been some add-ons for
I'll double
more
check.
animals, maybe. Don't know.
I'll double check because this game was. I'm to be honest with you, my son Jacob, my oldest, he put time into that game. I mean, serious time. And his biggest complaint was you could only build so much of a zoo. And he would
so many paddocks or whatever.
Yeah, he constantly just ran out of room because you couldn't.
Yeah, with this remake, you can make bigger zoos.
See, that should be something. Yeah.
And what's such as my game is still in digital shrink wrap, so
yeah, that's not.
I'm not gonna pick up this new one unless it's $5, and then I'll still have to think about it.
Yeah. Okay. There were just, if this was right, there were just 2 free animals, and that was it.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
So that is unfair. That is unfair. The people who own it should be able to get. That's not right.
Yeah, I think so too.
I hate that. All right, I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, that's all right. It's another game, Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure for the Xbox One and PC. Looks a little interested if you're into, the Disney Pixar characters.
So this is a remaster of the Kinect 360 game, right? They took out... They still have Kinect controls in there, but you could play it with a controller now.
Wasn't that Disney Adventures?
That
was Disney Adventures.
Disney Adventures?
Disneyland Adventures. I don't remember Rush.
It's also coming out. I didn't put it on the list because it didn't look anything that I thought it was looking good, but...
Yeah. To my knowledge, Rush is a new game. I thought. Although I could be wrong.
It was it had Kinect in the title because I thought it was new too, but I looked it up on GameStop. I stumbled across it on GameStop. Hang on.
Must have missed it. I could have missed it.
Yeah. But while you're looking that up, the other game, Spin Tires Mudrunner for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah. I'm not sure, do you have objectives in the game that you try to accomplish? And if you get stuck, you can call on your buddies to help you get pulled out of the mud. It
seems like it's more of a bunch of challenges, but I'd have to... that's not gospel.
Yeah, not quite sure. Super Cooper said he pre-ordered it on Steam, so I'm curious about his...
Take charge of incredible all-terrain vehicles, venturing across extreme landscapes with only a map and a compass as your guide.
There you go.
This is
I'll get it if you're narrating it.
It's another remaster, actually.
Yeah, apparently this is the ultimate version of the million-seller indie hit Sprint Tires.
Yeah, apparently it was pretty popular.
Yeah, apparently.
What a guest.
Yeah.
So, might have to check this out.
Another game coming out for the Switch, Monopoly. Finally, Monopoly on the Switch. Who's looking forward to that? The Monopoly is everywhere. It's like a venereal disease.
That is the worst board game ever.
What?
It's so bad.
It's a board game, but you could be playing a week later. And
Monopoly's terrible.
Oh my god!
There are so many. No. Go to board. I'm a board. I'm a tabletopper too.
Yes, I know you are.
And go to BoardGameGeek.com and check out the rankings of games and see that Monopoly is like
What is it because that you could play up to a week and not be finished?
It's because it's terrible. It's because the move that it takes. There's no strategy to the movement.
What happened to everybody?
There's no planning to anything. It's pretty much luck based with who you land, where you land, at what time, what you can buy, and it has player elimination. So someone gets eliminated, and then the game goes on for another 7 hours. And what are they going to do?
Thanks, JD.
It's the whole thing is just bad. It's just the worst board game ever.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, Monopoly rant, but
alrighty.
Terrible.
All right. Next game, 8-Bit Adventure Anthology, Volume 1 for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Another game, Bubsy, the Woolly Strike Back.
Bubsy is back.
PlayStation 4 and PC. I've never heard about it, but Frankie said, it's a good game.
The return of Bubsy the Bobcat.
Not a good game at all.
Accolade.
That's why.
Then why is it on the list?
That's freaking terrible. Like, tell him.
You talking about the old SNES cartridge?
Yeah.
There's worse.
Well, Genesis, but yeah.
Right.
There's worse.
There was worse, but come on, Bubsy the Bobcat? Oh, God. That was Accolade before. That was Accolade when Accolade was battling Sega because they didn't want to have Accolade. Because Accolade didn't want to pay the royalties, so they locked their shit out. And Accolade came out with the workaround for their cartridges. And I remember that whole thing. Anyway, sorry.
Apparently, their Sonic. They have a Sonic like Twitter page. It's like the Sonic page is kind of self-aware of how Sonic has aged over the years. Bender actually pointed this out to me, but like somebody had posted a picture of like, 2017 such a great year for platformers, and there's like Yooka-Laylee, Sonic Mania, all the really cool platformers that have come out, and the Bubsy thing retweeted it with is there a second page?
I saw that. By the way, Juan, this is tied to a Juan retro recommendation, but in that 8-Bit Adventure Anthology is Shadowgate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shadowgate, Deja Vu, and The Uninvited.
Yeah, they're great. I love all those games. The only reason I haven't done another rec on them is really when you see how one is played, they're all played the same way, and who's going to read the text, right. So whatever. But yeah, they're absolutely great. Anyone who hasn't played those and wants to see some Dawn of Time point-and-click adventures on the NES, go for it.
Cool.
All right, sorry, keep going.
Finally, Ultra Chess or Chess Ultra coming to the Switch. Who doesn't want to play chess?
Battle Chess. I need Battle Chess.
Battle Chasers is good.
Battle
Chess.
Battle Chess.
Battle Chess?
Yes. You guys never played Battle Chess?
Oh, yeah. No, I did back in the day.
Okay.
PC.
Yeah.
And then, 11.3. Drumroll. I know. NatiRedGals is very excited about that. Call of Duty World War II. For
never heard of it.
4.
I am excited about that.
Xbox One and PC.
Never heard of it.
So, yeah.
Is that a new franchise?
Nate and I will be playing the multiplayer, and then once we have the X, we'll do the campaign. But yeah, looking forward. Finally, boots on the ground, World War II, my favorite.
Back to normal.
War era. So
had kind of a cute ad with bringing the game back together.
Yeah, that'd be us. Let's do it, guys.
I might be interested in this one. I'll wait to see what you guys say.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Kind of what I'm doing too.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah. All right. That's this week in gaming. All right. Not to push this along too hard, but it's not fair. We're at 10. We're at 10:58. We got to roll. So, but we do not get out of here without the real reason this podcast exists.
Stop it.
He has to do 3 of them tonight, right? Because
no,
the past 2 weeks.
No. Oh, hang on! I gotta turn the system sound on for you guys, so you can actually hear it. No, I still haven't updated the video yet. I will. I promise.
You know, and every time I see this, I want to go back and play half of these games again.
That's the coolest part.
Yeah, I really should do a playthrough. I say it every week, but I'll find time eventually. I might be getting a new system to put in the mix too before too long, so I won't say too much.
I hope it's an Atari Jaguar.
It is not.
You know, I
Commodore 64.
I sold mine, which is what part of it got me my Xbox One, my original Xbox One, and now I'm kind of regretting it. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I wish I had kept it.
Yeah. Selling anything old ends up sucking later. So today, we're going to talk about September 9th, 1995, released in North America, was Air Combat. You can go ahead and hit it. This is a PlayStation 1 game, one of the earlier ones, roughly. I really enjoyed it, and so I want to take us through a look at it. It was developed and published by Namco, and with a little assist from Arsys Software. Namco was founded, and I'm talking over the one of the better intros. That's a great startup. Who doesn't love that startup?
That is a great startup. It's a power startup.
It is. Namco was founded in 1955 as an operator of game centers and theme parks. It was absorbed in 2006 into the Bandai video game division and became Namco Bandai Games. On the same day, its amusement division split off and became Namco Limited. It was a front runner during the golden age of arcade with Pac-Man. I mean, because it's Pac-Man. Best-selling arcade game in history, international pop culture icon. Also known for Galaxian, Dig Dug, which is featured in Season 2 of Stranger Things just recently, in a pretty big way. Xevious, Ridge Racer, Tekken, and, of course, the Souls games. I always liked the cinematics in this one to start out. They were pretty high-speed low drag for their day. Additional dev work was provided by Arsys Software, who helped create the Gran Turismo series years later. And it was published by Namco. The plot is that a terrorist force, because it's always terrorist back then, starts an uprising, and conventional means of defeating them have failed, so in response the government has hired a mercenary air force and assembled them. And the goal is to defeat the terrorist forces via air superiority and surgical strikes. So this is kind of like the later cousin of an earlier retro we did on the Genesis, the F-22. This is maybe a little more arcade, but not a ton more. It still has the same kind of arcade-like flight characteristics, not super demanding, and your plane carries 65 missiles, which is considerably more than any plane would ever be armed with, and be able to take off. But it makes for some good flight action. And there's a couple different views. There's the HUD view and the out of the plane third-person camera view, so you can get a look at the planes. It's a single-player game with a separate two-player head mode where you could choose any planes and do dogfighting. The goal is to destroy enemy targets dispersed throughout various missions and earn money to buy more planes, or replace planes that are lost. There's 16 different aircraft to choose from, ranging from aging F-4 Phantoms to modern stealth aircraft like the aforementioned Raptor and the YF-23 as well. Bonus money can be earned in each mission by destroying non-target enemies and avoiding damage. Additionally, in addition to buying planes and increasing the size of your wing, you can spend money on hiring wingmen to cover your six or engage targets, or to try to you can set them to the objective as well, with varying levels of skill depending on how much you spend on them. The graphics were I loved them back in the day. I mean, I thought this was pretty high speed, low drag with the camera work and such around it. I guess I was a little less jaded than reviewers of the day, but the unlimited kind of open flight model was not all that common on consoles at the time, so that was something that I really liked. Each of the aircraft has various rankings in 5 facets of performance: offense, defense, power, mobility, and stability. And it's up to the player to pick the best plane for any given scenario. So some of them will have better attacks versus ground, or better attacks versus aircraft, or more nimbleness, for each one to be in a dogfight. This is me hiring a wingman and then choosing my next plane. I was in F-14 for the first one and F-15 for this ground strike mission on an oil production facility. Every plane, again, gets 65 missiles and 999 cannon ammo, and so that definitely puts it on that arcade side of being a flight sim. The scrolling and pivoting and broad distance, definitely show their age now, but in the day it was pretty impressive. It had kind of a rockin' soundtrack, and this game chatters a lot. There's a lot of talk from the wingman and the co-pilot and about calling out targets and things like that, so you get that maverick feel. Closing the gun range, which is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, so I almost hate this tier. Oh my god! So that was pretty cool. It had mixed positive reviews. IGN praised its gameplay and criticized its visuals as not showcasing the PlayStation's power enough. 7 of 10. So IGN has, I guess, always been IGN.
Right.
GamePro likewise panned the graphic. They called early missions simple, but praised later missions depth, and concluded that patient arcade fans gradually get caught up in the gripping gameplay. And yeah, the first couple missions where you're shooting down escorted tankers or doing a couple strikes like this. There's a night strike that's pretty cool. They're pretty basic, but eventually you get some more advanced ones where you're like flying nap of the earth through a canyon, and as the game progresses, there's like a big boss plane you fight at the end. It's like a giant flying wing, and so that's the EGM awarded the best flight sim of 1995. And it was successful enough to spawn sequels, and in fact, looking at it, it's kind of hard to tell, but this is the progenitor, of course, of the very popular and entering its 7th iteration, Ace Combat.
Yeah.
And that game is full on gorgeous when you look at it nowadays. So it's come a long way, but this is where I started. And as a bit of a fun fact, Air Combat is the only Ace Combat game to feature no fictitious aircraft flown by the players. Everything you fly is a real aircraft, whereas all the later games have some kind of fictitious airplane to fly.
Fastback is blaming you for gas prices.
Enemy in sight.
Yeah, that's fair. I was a real hell on all of the oil fields in this game. But yeah, the 2-player head-to-head was fun. The only drawback with the 2-player head-to-head is each player just kind of picks their plane as you go in, and in an F4 you're never going to out dogfight an F-16. It's just never going to happen. So the novelty of the head-to-head kind of wears off, because there's like the planes. Otherwise, you're just giving yourself a huge handicap, and there wasn't much to differentiate or make it more fair. So that wore out pretty quick. But the single player is a pretty good campaign. Pretty fun to play through and check out all the planes, do the tricky loops and flying and all that. So I really dug it. It's widely available online. You can get all over different sites. About $10, maybe a little more, largely depending on whether you're looking at the type and the conditioning of the packaging. So if you're talking about the later smaller jewel cases, those tend to run a little cheaper than a good condition long box, particularly with the manual. But for $10, I think it's a great investment, or a great addition. Not necessarily an investment, because the value on these won't go super high like the SNES carts, but a good addition to anyone's PS1 collection, and dates back to early PS1. And that for me was kind of mind blowing, because there wasn't much doing polygons like the PS1 when it came out. And some of those games, some of it doesn't hold up all that well visually, but I think this one, since I guess it didn't try for a whole lot, kind of does. But I love the
soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Japanese guitar rock.
Yeah, dude, I still play the Afterburner 3 Sega CD soundtrack. Dude, this stuff can be great.
Yep. I really enjoy that game, and it's just kind of fun looking back at the granddaddy of the Ace Combat series, in my opinion. So that is why it made this week's retro recommendation.
Thank you, Juan.
Oh, nice.
Awesome as usual.
Get it?
So, all right. Now we come to the end of our podcast. This has been a good show, guys.
Yep,
I
It's
hate
a really
this
good
part.
show. And I'll tell you what, man. Solid work from our chat room tonight.
Yeah.
So, even our resident Microsoft Scrooge, Annihilator. he's our resident guy. And you know what? We love him just as much.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's good to have a hatchet man and naysayer around. It's all good.
Absolutely. And you know what?
And you don't do it like a jerk. So
No,
you do
no,
it the
not
right
at all.
way.
It's his opinion, and his opinion is as welcome here as anyone else's. We want to, all of our guys in the chat room, and all of our diverse opinions, man. We love you all. We want to thank the couple of guys who have joined us tonight for the first time, and I hope you guys will come back next time and hang out with us again because without you guys, we're not here. So we love you guys, and some of you guys know more than others. And we were hoping, Fastback and Super Cooper would join us tonight, but they were a little preoccupied, and sometimes can't say no to the wife. So I got you, Fastback.
Yeah.
I got you. So Magnetic
Happy
Storm,
wife,
thank
happy
you
life,
so much.
Yeah.
Frankie, thanks for coming back, man.
Totally. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah,
Yep,
I know.
having you on.
I know we didn't have the most great lighted up stuff to talk about tonight, but it was still a busy week.
Yeah,
So
a lot of stuff going on.
yeah, and I think next week's going to be equally busy. I mean, there's just a lot. There's just a lot going. This is a great time of year for gaming, and I'm glad to have everyone here as a part of it. So, all right.
Bad for our wallets, but
Bad for our
Yes.
wallets, but
So
Awful
bad.
for wallets.
yeah. And hey,
So bad.
so anyway, thank you everybody in the chat room. Thank you guys, Juan, Nathan, Peter, Frankie, for being here. Juan, always great retro Rex.
Peace. Thank you.
Peace.
And we will see you guys next Sunday for another original Next Level Gaming podcast. Everybody have a great week. I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna definitely get Cuphead done.
Gonna have a great week.
I am, because I am
Right.
on vacation.
I don't
I'm
even
gonna
know what
work.
that word means.
I'm gonna work through it. I'm sure I'm gonna work through it, but yeah. But hey, I'm okay. So, all right, guys. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week. Play on, gamers.
Peace.
Game on.
Tuesday, 8:45 p.m. Be there, be square.
If you went first, you're last.
You can't have a cougar in your car.
I'm upside down. This is not good.
I'm on fire!
Oh,
I forgot.
One of the best movies ever.
Blah, 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 blah.